It is a pleasure to see you all here this evening, and I know how important it is as parents on this occasion when you are making the choice about secondary school. It's a big moment in your young son or daughter's lives. So welcome. It's not about me, it is about all the people in the building, it's about the staff. I can't commend to you the hard work of the staff enough. They work tirelessly to support all the young people, and our students are absolutely fabulous. We are BCHS with Crosshill. We are 2 schools on the same site, and it is a fabulous opportunity for any young person to be here in either of those schools. On the screen behind me is the school's vision, and this is what I share with staff, and I share it with the students. This is what we are about. We are achievement for all, regardless of background or prior attainment. Everybody here, we want the highest standard for everybody, and everybody will achieve. High expectations for everybody. That's high expectations of staff, as well as high expectations of the students. And mums and dads as well, to support us. Consistency. Consistency is a word that I'm sharing a lot with staff. It's got to be a consistent diet for the students throughout the school, so that they get the same quality of teaching around the school, whichever classroom they are in, the highest quality. At Blackburn Central with Crosshill, we are very, very passionate about making sure the children get off the starting blocks and they are running from the word go. So we work really hard with them in Year 7 to make sure we bring them up to speed if they're not quite where they need to be, and I'll explain a little bit about that in a minute. We're about closing the attainment gaps. So we've got a vast community here of different abilities, but we're looking to close the gaps and bring everybody up to where they need to be to take their next step in their journey. I do that with my staff because I have a relentless focus on what happens in the classroom. It needs to be the best. I'm a mum and I've got 3 children who have now gone through the school system, but it needs to be the best. I know how important it is, and that's what I expect of all the staff here, and they do deliver. We work in a culture of continuous improvement. We can always do better. We've never got it right there, because there's always another challenge coming around the corner, and we need to meet that challenge, and we need to adapt, and we need to provide the best we can for every young person that's coming through our door. So we have those challenges, but we do rise and we do meet them, and that's what it's about. I look for people who are passionate about young people, who want the very, very best. And if you send your child to BCHS with Crosshill, that's what I can guarantee you. We don't have people who work here who aren't passionate, because my expectation of staff is that they have to go the extra mile to do the very best for the young people. And we call it learning without limits. There is no ceiling on anybody. We don't cap anybody. We help them get as far as they possibly can. And that leads to the outcomes. That leads to excellent results. And there's just a snapshot of some of the results from this summer. Some superb results. Mars, 9 A stars and A's and a B. We got the twins, Mariam and Maria, who were just like, one was ahead, then the next one was ahead, and they were egging each other on and competing all the way through, and they ended up with 6 A star and A grades. One got 3 B's and C, and one got 4 B's. So they were neck and neck all the way through school and encouraging each other to do their absolute best. We this summer got 49% 5A stars to C, including English and Maths. Now, you've heard already from our head girl that we were awarded a prize for best progress in the country. This year our progress rose even further. So in English, the progress of students in Year 11, they exceeded the national average. So from when they come in to when they go out, that journey the students took was better than the national average. And in maths, it was the national average. And I can say that this year, those will continue to rise. There have been significant improvements across the whole school. So there were students who sat Urdu, and 100% of those achieved A star to C. In fact, I don't think they were C's, I think they were all A's and A stars. We had 100% A star to C in additional maths, in music, in RE. So improvements across the whole school. Everything's climbing. We are currently full in Year 7. So we now have a waiting list of students who want to come into Year 7. So when you are making your choice, be mindful that there is currently a waiting list to get in Year 7, and Year 8 is almost full. There was one parent who was very disappointed because they did put BCHS down as their third choice school last year, and they didn't get BCHS because we were already full with people who put down their first choices. So they've ended up going somewhere that wasn't their first, wasn't their second, and wasn't their third. So that trend is rising. In Crosshill, we are also have a rising trend. We've currently got 66 students in Crosshill, and we are still expecting more. And we've again exceeded our number there. In Crosshill this year, 100% of the leavers in Crosshill left with awards in maths, English and science, along with another clutch of qualifications from humanities to arts to life skills. All of the students from Crosshill have gone on to their next step of their journey, either at Blackburn College, St Mary's or Newfield. So the package might look slightly different, but the expectations and our passion for what we do for these young people is the same. How do we do it? I've talked about high standards. You see the young people here today in their uniforms. We have an expectation that they are turned out in full uniform, and if they're not, then they're challenged. The quality of work. I'm very, very passionate about the work. So we go around and we pick up books and we look at the quality of work. And if it's below standard, then that is tackled immediately. And I urge mums and dads and carers to be doing the same at home. So if they're bringing home their homework or they're bringing home a piece of work and you're not happy, support the son and daughter to get it to the standard you need to. Our attendance last year was 95%. That is above national average. We are now striving for the next step, which is called outstanding attendance in the government terms. We have a really big drive on literacy and numeracy across the school, because we know that they are the skills that they need to have in their toolkit if they're going to succeed in any of the other areas across the school. So we make a really big push on literacy and numeracy, particularly reading. Every student reads. Every student will read in Key Stage 3 several times a week, and they are all on an accelerated programme, an accelerated reader programme to support that. We also link the home to the classwork, and that's an important part of learning as well, because that supports them in becoming independent. And in addition to all of that, we make sure we intervene very early. From the point at which you choose this school, we will be finding out about that young person. And if there is a need, we will be there and we will be supporting that need immediately. This is what I say. There are no secrets to an excellent education. It entails good teaching and learning, strong support and hard work, and we pride ourselves on knowing and caring for all our students whilst having the highest expectations of them all. That's the message I give to staff, to mums and dads and to the students. That's what we are about here. Teaching is the main bread and butter of what we do here, and it has to be the best. I'm very, very passionate about making sure our Year 7s get off to a flying start. So I've talked about the intervention for their literacy and for their numeracy. We'll know who they are, we'll know what levels they're working at, and we'll make sure that we invite them into summer school if we think that they need a bit of an extra transition time. And we also make sure that their reading ages, if they're not where they need to be, they get a lot of reading intervention to bring those up. And this year, the Year 7s we moved into Year 8, we saw quite a lift in their reading ages. That then means they can tackle the rest of the curriculum. Very, very important. So at BCHS with Crosshill, I say to staff, you have to be mad to work here, because mad means you make a difference. We are about making a difference to every single person who comes through our door. And we do it as a team. We are a team, and we make sure that it's not just academic, it's that wraparound care that every young person needs at some point during their life. And we do it together. Ofsted judged us as a good school in 2012, and they said the school provides high quality care and support for all students, particularly those whose circumstances make them more vulnerable. This, alongside with carefully planned courses, help students to be well prepared to move on to further education, training or employment. We've talked about national awards. Marion mentioned those. We are a unique school. We are the only school in Blackburn with Darwin in Lancashire that have two schools together. We are BCHS with Crosshill. That makes us very, very unique, but it enriches the lives of every young person who comes in through our doors. We are multiculturally diverse. You'll see the map on the landing upstairs, which shows all the different places that the children have come from. We speak a lot of languages in the school, predominantly Urdu, Punjabi and English, but there are a whole range of languages. And the minute a child comes in with a language, they are immediately accelerated into making sure we've captured that Italian or that Spanish or that Arabic or whatever language they might come in with, we capture that and we celebrate it with them. Because we are a slightly smaller school than secondary schools, average secondary schools, we can know all our students as individuals, and that's very, very important if we're going to accelerate their progress. I say small, but we're not small compared to a primary. We are, at the moment, together, we are 900 students, but we can rise to 900, about 60, 970. So just under 1,000 students. Crosshill is based in the wing opposite. Again, very, very similar. It's about making sure we nurture and foster talents of all our young people to allow them to achieve and be recognised and enable them to become the best they can become. And that's what it's about for everybody. Be the best that they can become. And together, it is about that academic rigour, but also that whole person. It's about making sure we develop the whole person in addition to just qualifications.